What is good, people? Welcome to OshiPod episode 4. Today, we got our first VTuber guest, a VTuber legend, a VTuber OG, a woman who left the sea on a purpose. PRISM Project 7th generation, Mako Sameshima.
Welcome. Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Thank you so. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good. Thank you so much for the introduction. That was perfect. It was all my lore bundled up into like 2 sentences.
No, so how does it feel being the first official VTuber guest for OshiPod?
It feels good. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. I think I'm setting the bar pretty low for the next guest. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be as brave as I can today.
No, you all good.
Yeah, you good.
Expectations. Highest expectations. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure, right? Obviously.
So for the people that don't know who you are, can you just give a quick intro?
Yeah, absolutely. Ahem. Tom Tom. Mako Sameshima from PRISM Project Generation 7 here to chomp your legs and your heart. Welcome.
Oh, those are biting sounds. Oh, I was just like...
Those are biting sounds.
Oh, the heart
because I'm
and
a shark.
the legs.
Wait, do you do that for every stream?
Pretty much. Anytime I have to introduce myself.
Yo,
My teeth are like super strong.
That's just a workout, you know. That's the jaw workout, you know. Like, forget about mewing, bro. Just chomp. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Easy.
You know, okay, this is a super tangent, but I found out recently, like, you have to use your jaws often. So, like, these days, because, like, a lot of food is, like, processed and pretty soft, it's, like, messing up with your teeth, but you're getting a free workout every time you're doing your stream.
I think we've always used our jaws.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? Like to eat?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying the type of food. Because, like, you know how back then people will, like, bite on bones or, like, bite into meat? But, like, these days, because, like,
we didn't use our jaws for that.
Yeah, there's, like, hamburgers and whatnot. It's, like, junk food. So it's a lot softer.
Oh, so those will we need to, like, eat some more stuff that are, like, steak? Or just start chewing bones straight up? Like, and just order, like, a pizza with bone in it so I could get my jaw workout?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we always get boneless pizza, yeah, so...
Yeah, we need
Or
bone
all
in
those
next time.
New Yorkers drinking $13 smoothies.
Yeah, weak jaws.
That's crazy.
Weak.
Yeah.
Anyways, we digress.
Exactly.
Mako,
Good to have you here.
Someone told me that you are, what was it? 3/4 human and quarter shark, or was it the other way? Oh my goodness, was it the other way around?
No, it's you're right. It's
1/4 shark.
3/4.
Oh,
1/4 shark, 3/4 human. Yeah, my mom was a mer shark. My dad was a human, a fisherman, and record scratch. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. But that's me. I was born from the most horrible concoction.
Yeah, and your dad went to go get milk, right? And never came back?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's
It was
horrible.
sad.
So
Yeah, and then
why did you leave the sea?
I was left with the responsibilities of being the queen of the sea after my mother and father abandoned me at a young age. And because of that, I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling this right now. I think I'm going to live out my days, enjoy and not like the most stress ever. So I went on like a Wild West arc. I went on a cowboy arc briefly, and now I'm a punk rock girly and I play video games.
Heck yeah. So you're just living your best life, you know. Forget
Yeah.
about the royal responsibilities. We're just here in the game, have fun and vibe.
Exactly. Yeah, who needs royalty when you can be gamer?
Hell yeah. So, like, just to take you quickly out of your lore, I heard that you and Gucci are pretty acquainted because, like, you've been around VTubing since 2020, right?
Yeah, I've been around for, I think it's, 3 years? Over 3 years now.
We're about to hit our 4th once
Wow.
it hits around like June and May. That's probably like when I've been around. But yeah, Mako and I go way back, and I guess kind of we can shoot the first question out of the way. Is like, in your opinion, what's like the main difference in VTubing in 2024 compared to like 4 years ago?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I think like the biggest difference is that VTubing is so much more accessible now. There's so many people and they can do so many things. And I remember like when I first debuted, I didn't even know that you can make like your own music and like your own lore videos. And I think I had my model and some like free overlays that I had won. And that was pretty much all I had. And like I remember I started watching other people's debuts and they were like so intense and they were full of such like creative stuff, you know, like music and videos and like cool assets. And now it's so creative and I love it. I eat it up. I love seeing everybody's creativity.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot more artists and a lot more people who are starting to see the appeal of VTubing. So naturally you're just gonna get these like giant waves of people with like different walks of life and different and then it's like, oh dude, well, but I really still liked there was a charm in 2020. I don't know exactly.
It was so like tight knit, like everyone knew everyone.
It was a small world.
It was
a really small world. There was something different. It was just you know, there was just something that was different.
Yeah, and I think like the best way I could describe it is, you know how like when everyone starts there's like a new RPG game that comes out and everyone starts at level 1 in the same area. That's kind of how I would see it. And then now we're at 2024, we got people that are just starting to come in. You got people with like the highest level gear just walking around.
Is that me?
You know, you basically highest level gear. You're in a guild. You're out here.
Right.
Yeah, you're a senpai.
I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That's weird. I'm a senpai and a kohai. In Prism, I'm a kohai, which is really weird.
Right.
For like longer than like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wait, so Mako, who inspired you in terms of like VTuber wise that got you into VTubing?
Oh, my VTubing story is crazy.
Okay,
break it down.
Okay. So in 2020, over the summer, I was bored out of my mind because I believe we were still in quarantine at the time. And I was getting into like a million Instagram arguments like a day because I was so bored. I had like no one to talk to. And I got into an Instagram argument with this guy, and he like, we did not see eye to eye, but he ended up DMing me after and was like,
wait,
hey,
when you're saying arguments, do you mean like through DMs or through like just the general comments?
No, through the comment section.
Oh my Instagram.
You were treating Instagram like Reddit.
Yeah. and he DM'd me and he was like, hey man, like I see you have an anime profile picture. I have an anime profile picture. Let's just call it even, like, and like, let's talk about something else. And I was like, this is so stupid. And he was like, who's your best girl? So I told him, I was like, Elliot Ayase from Love Live School Idol Project. And he was like, cool, I've never seen that. My best girl is from Hollow Live. And I was like, what is that? And so I looked it up. And I was like, this looks so dumb.
You started shitting on VTubers. Okay.
I was like,
you're a hater.
Like, what? Well, this is before like EN or anything. So like I hadn't really no way to connect with them. I wasn't really sure like if it was like real people or like if they were like not AI but like animated, I guess. And so I was like, this just looks like not my thing. So I closed out of it. And I forgot all about it until one day I opened up the Crane game on my phone, and one of the prizes was a Corona clock. And I was like, I really like her design. Like, who is this? And I looked her up. Sure enough, she's from Hololive. And then for some reason, I just like fell into the rabbit hole because I really liked her design. And I started watching like how to become a VTuber. And then next thing you know, I was making an account on Twitter, and the rest is history.
Wow,
I
that's
can't believe
sick.
this all started from it's arguing with people on Instagram. That's a wild
Yes.
start.
Having a Reddit argument. Do you remember the argument? I know that's like
I
super
do,
random.
but it's like controversial. So
Oh, I
I'm,
see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Did you
Mm.
wait? So just for clarification, you were just bored and you were starting these arguments just because you're just like, I got nothing better to do. I'm just gonna.
I was I was going through comment sections, and when I would see like somebody like disagreeing,
Oh my god, that's
and I would be like,
no. You're just there to just
You're like
stir the pot. You're not
Yeah,
there to
back
like.
then, that's like the
Yes.
quintessential person living in the mom's basement, just on
Dude,
Reddit.
I was in my bedroom.
You're all quarantined. You're just like, you know what? I don't agree with what they're not agreeing with, so I'm just gonna start shit. I love that.
Yes,
I love the
was
menace
bored.
mentality. I love the menace mentality you have.
Thank you. I was bored.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, kind of trailing back, you said that now you're going through your punk arc. You had a cowboy arc before. So, you've had a hand in producing many of your different VTuber models. So, what is like, I guess, the biggest change between your third and fourth outfit when you got signed into PRISM?
Well, I got a completely different model, which was crazy because my old model like was so I feel like it was so recognizable. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like I was the only person who had that mama as a model artist. So I was like I'm the only one. I felt so special. But I ended up switching artists because they were unable to do my outfit. This model, my studio finished it in a month. They slayed. And then
what's the regular sorry to cut you out. What's the regular turnaround time for models? I'm guessing it really depends, right?
Yeah, I've had like friends, their models take like months and months. And that's just for the art, and then like the rigging could take another couple months as well. So you're looking like an average of like maybe 6 months. And like that doesn't even matter because like if you're going with someone who is like a pretty well-known artist or someone who has a lot of like VTuber babies, you could be waiting for like a wait list. So it can take a long time. I'm just like surprised that they managed to fit me in and get it done within a month.
Wow.
And like the rigging is fantastic, and I don't know, I love my model. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah. And I guess like I know a lot of VTubers when they have the idea of getting like a new outfit, they start like freaking out because they don't really understand like the planning. They don't really know like the planning stages of getting a new outfit. So I guess kind of what I'm trying to ask you is, what was your process of planning your new outfit, and what is like some of your favorite parts of planning it?
My outfits, so whenever I design those, it's like I have a very, very like I guess broad idea in mind. And I'll just sit down and sketch them out. And I'll like create some mood boards, whether it's like on Pinterest or just like throwing a bunch of pictures together on like Clip Studio Paint or whatever. And then I sort of like piece it together. And then as soon as I kind of come up with like an idea, I'll send it to the artist and we'll work on it from there. So it's like I start with the initial design and then they sort of perfect it and like tweak it so that it has life, I guess. Like so it's not just like super sketchy, and they add jewelry and stuff. But like for this outfit in particular, I came up with the tattoo. I came up with the hair. I don't know if you've like seen like I have long hair normally. Yeah, but this is my new hair. And like
You can
some
remove
of
the
the
fins
jewelry,
too, right?
I can. Yeah.
Woo!
But
I know.
Can she remove all the hair?
She's
Is there a
morphing.
bald? Is there a bald
I don't
one?
have a bald, but I do have baby bangs.
Oh, that's cute.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
hella cute.
Puppy.
Let's go.
Whoa, there's new lore.
This
Part-
is new. This is like 3 days old.
No, okay,
new.
you
Like
gotta,
this
you gotta
is
do the
very
ear
new.
and the fins.
Is that
Oh
possible?
yeah, here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a new breed. This is a new breed now.
It is a new breed. Oh,
Dude, that's fire.
Okay.
That's fire. That's really good.
Yeah, thank you. But a lot of my designs have like, I always keep the shark motif with my designs. So all of them have like a cutout of some sort in the sleeve, except for my first outfit, but that was like 3 years old. The Chomp Chomp outfit, the OG.
How do you do like how do you plan, I guess, the timeline for a new outfit? Is there like deadline that you give to like an artist and then they gotta finish it by then, or do you kind of just wait till they're finished and then you move on with your own timeline with your projects and announcements?
It depends. So like for my previous outfits, I've sort of had an idea, and I'll message the artist and I'll say like, hey, I have this idea. When can we get started on this? I want to debut the outfit around this time, but I'm willing to like work with you. Usually I give them like a rough deadline and then we go from there. But I've never had really any issues with artists being like, oh, like I can't get it done at that time. Can we push it back? It's either been like, yeah, we can do it at that time, or like, no, we can't. But so I've been very lucky.
Yeah. Is that considered lucky? Is it because like is it like more common for artists to have these obstacles then, would you say?
Yeah, getting new outfits from artists is really difficult for a lot of VTubers, especially if you have like, yeah, it's hard. That's why like a lot of VTubers will commission like other artists to do their outfits. I've seen this a lot in like a lot of agencies actually, because their model artists are so like, I guess, big on Twitter and like Pixiv and wherever, that they get so busy and it's almost, you know, impossible to secure an outfit spot for like a specific deadline. So it is like a thing for people to message other artists and like send them the files, and the other artists will make a new outfit.
What's the craziest wait list you saw? I'm sure like someone has like a 2+ year wait list.
I've contacted people in 2022 who said they wouldn't be free until like the end of 2023, early 2024. And so I was like, I mean, that's not terrible. But in the grand scheme of things, like that's like a little bit of a wait. So I ended up not going with them. But their art's beautiful. I wish I had, because now it's 2024. I'm like, I would be having this commission by now.
Yeah, like, hello, are you guys still open? Now like, nah, 2026. See you soon.
Yeah, real.
There's really no point in waiting, because you know, you a grinding girl. You gotta get your own hustle going. You can't wait for that long, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So that's very insightful for like, I guess like for VTubers who want to plan a new outfit. Yiman and I, we're not VTubers. We are, I don't like using the word flesh tubers. That just sounds wrong.
Yeah, I hate that word.
We're people. We're just guys.
We're human beings.
We're 40. Are we 40 or 3D? We're 40.
You're 40?
We're the OG streamers.
Years old?
No, like
No.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I feel 40. I ain't gonna lie.
We add up to 40.
Oh.
You got some VTuber insight, but now I'm curious about that corporate insight. You know, like you know, y'all got that the audition processes. Can you tell me what that kind of is like?
Yeah, it's pretty like, I don't know, it's kind of stressful. When I auditioned for PRISM, I was like not really sure if I even wanted to join like a corpo. But I was like, you know what, like I'll fuck around and find out. And so I applied, and they messaged me back, and they were like, oh, we, you know, like keep going basically. And I was like, okay. And so I just kept like, I wanted to see how far I could take it, low-key. And then once I got the offer, I was like, okay, no, I like actually need to sit down and think about this. And ultimately I obviously agreed to it, because I think it definitely offers like a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have elsewhere. And I don't know, it was just such a validating experience, because like for someone who's been a part of the community for 3 years, it gets kind of I don't want to say stale, but like, you know, you get burnout.
You want to switch it up.
Exactly. You want to switch it up. It's like I can't just keep doing the same thing over and over for 3 years. So this was like it made me feel like I still got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this old machine still got it. And it was very exciting, and I'm so happy.
What did you do for your audition? Did you just like send in like a practice stream or?
There's like forms you fill out, and then from there, I guess it's different with every company, but a lot of it is like the initial Google form, and then like some more
Yeah.
forms.
Okay, and you also mentioned that by applying to Prism, you got some pretty neat opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have had. Could you expand kind of more on what Prism has offered you that maybe Indie couldn't?
Yeah, definitely like the corporate backing is one of the best. It's so nice to have a manager. I love having a manager. It makes me feel like I'm not going crazy like with all the responsibilities that I have to do in my day-to-day streaming life. I also got to go to, well, not go, but I got to participate as a guest at Komiket in Japan, which was really
Ooh.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like a very
So dope.
yeah, that was a very different experience for me, and our producer helped with translating everything, and so that was really cool. And just like having a community that is having a corpo community is very different from having an indie community, and they're both great, but it is just like a little fresh, different experience, and I got to experience it with senpais and maybe kohais one day, who knows. But it was just very cool and nice to audition and get in and have that.
Yeah. What kind of senpai do you think you'd be if there was like a new gen coming in? Would you be like the one that just like bullies them, like hey, you're gonna do XYZ for me?
Yes, I would bully it.
Yes.
I bully everyone.
I bully-
Oh, I mean, like getting into like our earlier combo where like you're in this unique position where like you've been doing indie since 2020, but like you're still like kind of like a co-high in Prism. What's the dynamic like
Yeah.
with your other corporate mates?
It's funny. I actually, because I knew a lot of them as an indie, like when they were in Prism, and we would talk. And so, like me joining Prism now, it's like, it's almost like neutral. It's like almost neutral now, right? Because like, I guess when they joined Prism, I was kind of a senpai. Like I was there old. Like I've been there longer, just in the VTubing scene. But then when I joined Prism, I was like new, so it was PEMDAS, you know what I mean? It just kind of felt like PEMDAS.
It was
And
PEMDAS.
it was PEMDAS. I certainly respect like the senpai in Prism, because obviously like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and they really paved the way. So I still look up to them a lot. I think that they're fantastic content creators, and there's a reason why they're hired, is because they're so fantastic and talented. So I do look up to them quite a bit.
Yeah. And you along with two other of your genmates, Nana and Emma, applied for Prism. How did that go for you when you found out who your genmates were and stuff?
I was so excited because I've known them for so long. And like it was just so exciting to embark on this journey with them. And I messaged them as soon as like we had the big reveal, basically, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Like, I just,
Dude, that's so
I had-
fire.
it was really sweet. I've known them. I didn't get to like talk to them a whole lot before. So it was nice to get to know them on like a different level, as like not just somebody that you've seen in passing, but like somebody who has become like a sister to you, or in Emma's
that's
case, a
sweet.
mom.
Wow.
A mom.
So it's like first
Yeah.
day of high school, and then across the classroom you see like your childhood best friend. And you're like,
Just like,
hey.
Kind of, except you're not as close. And it's like you transferred to a different school, and somebody else from your old school also transferred.
Oh, that does like sound reassuring. At
Yeah.
least you know someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we used to be called the transfer students in Prism before we were Gen 7 or like Cerulean. We were the transfer students.
Oh, the transfer students. That's
Yeah.
Did they all call you that? Welcome in new
Yeah.
transfers. How
Yeah.
do you?
Everyone. That was the official term for it. Like, oh, not official, but it was like the placeholder, quote unquote, official. Like, because we didn't really know at the time what to call us, so we were just the transfer gen.
Just
Transfer
the new
students,
guys.
excuse me.
Transfer. Just the new guys.
Mhm.
And was there a senpai in Prism that you looked up to a lot? I know that you are close with Shiki.
I'm very close with Shiki.
You guys are always fighting on Twitter.
Yeah. I definitely looked up to Shiki. But Shiki and I, we go like kind of way back. So I've always looked up to her. But you know, I looked at her as like a very good friend, whereas with some of the other Prism girls, specifically Rita and Luto, I looked up to them a lot more as like as senpai when I joined, you know what I mean? And especially Rita. Like, I think Rita was one of my Oshis before I joined Prism, just like as a viewer. She's super cool.
So it does sound like going into the corporate route, you have these like super new and happy experiences from what you're telling us, and it seems very different from kind of what I'm used to seeing for indie VTubers. And I know that a lot of indie VTubers do consider going corporate and seeing that as a path of a new chapter, a new opportunity. So what would your advice be for indie VTubers that are considering joining a corporate company? What is something that they should prepare for? What should they think about critically before they even make that move?
My biggest piece of advice is that going corpo does not mean that you made it. That is like such a... I've heard that so many times, and it drives me crazy. Because that is not what it's about. That's not what it's about. I think like being corpo and being indie are two very different things within like the same community. And it doesn't like one is not better than the other. It's all about like what suits your style, like what suits your content and where you want to go. Like if you see VTubing as like a hobby or a job, like either way, indie or corpo, there's differences and there's pluses, there's pros and cons for each, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think like a lot of people have this I guess preconception that like corpo VTubers are like the business people, or I guess like people that like want to take it to the next level or something. I don't really know. And that like indie people are like more hobbyists, which is completely false. And I see so much merit with both. And I really think it just depends on like whether or not you want to be in like absolute control of your content, or if you wouldn't mind like sharing control of your content. It's so different for everybody. And so I really recommend like looking into what you want and making a pros and cons list before you join an agency, because it might just be like not at all what you thought. It might be like, you know, something completely different, or maybe you don't have enough time to be in an agency, or maybe you find more time once you join an agency because you have a manager to help you out. So it's just, you know, definitely do like some research, make sure you know what you want to do, and then I would say go for it. If you're sure, like go for it.
For you personally, what's the pros and cons for both indie versus corporate?
I would say like for being an indie, some of the pros are that you have like absolute control over what you want to do. And then like you get to reach out to so many people, you know what I mean? And like, how do I word this? You have more like control over yourself and your branding. But the cons are that like, you know, you might not have a manager, or if you do, like your manager might not be a licensed manager, or might not, you know, like have all the skills required to be a manager. You might have some like trouble reaching out to companies that you otherwise would have a little bit of ease if you have like a team that does that for you. Whereas like in a corpo, some of the pros are obviously like you have teams to do stuff. You have people working with you on all your content to make sure that it is what you want and that it's, you know, reaching the people that it needs to reach, which is really nice. But I would say some of the cons is that you have less control, direct control over your content. And it's just, you know, like, especially if you're a Twitch streamer, like, sometimes you might have to switch to YouTube, which is difficult sometimes. I definitely struggled with it at first. But yeah, it's just different.
Wow. I always saw like corporate as like, you know how like when you play some games, I don't know if you play Call of Duty, but like after you reach like a max level, you just like prestige and kind of just start over, and you're treading like a different route. That's kind of always how I view corpo as. But after like hearing what you had to say about corpo, it kind of just like changes my entire perspective of what I guess corporate VTubing is. So thank you for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, like, I think my experience is different from a lot of corpo VTubers because I managed to, you know, keep everything that I had. So I could be, you know, talking out of my ass right now, but I think, like, for me, I was just very lucky that I didn't have to start over. Because in that case, it's very different. You know, I still have members of my community, my indie community, and all my friends from my indie community. So yeah, I'm very, very fortunate to have all of those people still.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
But like switching gears, going back to debuting under 7th gen, debut day, what was that like?
Nerve-wracking as hell.
Was it super chaotic?
Yes, I dread debut days and big events because I always find a way to mess up. I always find a way. There's always something. And I'm very self-critical, so even if it's like something really small that like nobody else noticed, I'm like, it would have been so much cooler if I didn't mess that up. I remember when I did my practice debut, my game capture was not working, and my window like nothing was working.
Holy crap.
And I had gone like live on the practice account, so I was like stunned. I had no idea what to do, and then finally I you know, management had control of that account, so like, because it was a practice account, so they went live for me, but they never I never knew that you're supposed to hit go live on YouTube as well as OBS. So I hit it on OBS, and then like,
because you were doing Twitch up to this point, right?
Yeah. So at my debut, everyone was like, "Where is she?" And I was like, "I'm live," and all my managers were like, "No, you're not." So yeah, it's just really, yeah, debuting is a stressful thing. Tech is never on my side, so
how do you, I guess, focus? Because like, if a lot of people in that situation, they would just like break down and go like, I'm done.
I think it helped that I was a streamer beforehand. And so like, I know that all problems can be solved, basically. I try to keep my cool. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I was like, I think another benefit of my debut was that I started my debut with a game, which was played live, by the way. I didn't even think about recording it. It was not pre-recorded, it was live. So I had some time to like decompress from the starting stream fiasco, because I wasn't talking during that, so I was just like playing my little game. I was reading chat and everybody was being so fun and supportive, and I felt better after that. And then I switched to the chatting screen and I took it from there.
I'm glad it worked out. But
too.
going back to that game, it was pretty extensive. I thought it was gonna be like a quick like 1 or 2 minute situation, but
yeah,
a lot went into it.
I'm so proud of that game. I mean, I didn't make it, but Chow made it, and Chow has worked on some other things for Prism, including Prism Portal Panic. So that's where I was like, I want this person to do my game. And originally we were going for like a Death Road to Canada vibe. I don't know if you've ever played that game, but it's like one of my fave games. And so that's kind of where I got like the ideas for dialogue and having like this cute little like pixel me swinging a guitar around. But yeah, it was played live, which was horrifying. I had to do so many practices. Yeah. I practiced a lot. I actually there was a lot of Easter eggs I didn't know about until like the day of my debut when Chow was like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's like an Easter egg here and here. And so I actually experienced some of them for the first time during debut, which was cool.
Oh, that's cute.
You're kind of like improving in a sense.
Yeah. I just winging it. You know how it is.
Hey, life is too short to always practice all the time. Sometimes, the good things come from just winging it. Fuck around and find out.
I agree.
So I guess like going back to your debut, you kind of broke down like your family tree. So you're related to Lenny from Shark Tale.
Yeah.
I want to understand that.
Yeah, Lenny from Shark Tale is on my family tree, but please don't ask me where because I forget.
Can we get someone pull up the family tree really quick? Just put it like right over here for me. Thank you.
Drop it down.
Editors, right here.
But yeah, apart from the family tree, you also, of course, like got into like your likes and dislike. And one of your dislikes is you have a fear of the ocean. And Gooch, that was my expression too. Can you break down why? Like, I'm just trying to understand this.
Well,
yeah. My fear of the ocean stems from watching too many like movies as a kid, and like specifically, okay, hear me out, okay. Have you seen Life of Pi?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the scene where the camera pans up like overhead. It's like a bird's eye view of the boat, and there's like this whale under. I feel so sick. I don't know. It just scares me so bad.
Well, isn't there like a term for
thalassophobia?
Yeah, is that what you have? Oh,
yeah. But it's like, I don't know, because I think it started off with a fear of like big creatures being like masqueraded by like water or like smoke. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Godzilla movies where like there's like a lightning strike or something, you can like see Godzilla's silhouette behind the clouds. Oh, I hate it. It makes me so anxious. And so I think it stemmed from there, and now I'm like scared of the ocean.
So like the megalodon, the colossal squid type beat.
Yeah.
Just
it's
kaijus
so
in general.
Oh, it's scary. But I do love the Meg movies. They're the perfect scary for me because I don't do horror.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
perfect for me.
That's very interesting. So just kicking it to Gucci about your music career, can you just like get into like your background with that? Was like music always something that was incorporated with your career?
I originally I didn't even know that VTubers did music. I wasn't really sure what they did, to BH. I was like, I'm gonna play games. And then I saw some people doing covers, and I was like, well, like, why don't I just make an original? Like, I was like, why don't I just like commission somebody to do instrumentals and then just have an original song? So I didn't release a cover first. I released an original song first. I had never done a cover before.
Oh, wait, that's actually such a Giga Chat move. You're just like, oh, these are cool covers. I'm just gonna make a song.
Yeah, lol.
What can I do better? I'm just gonna make a song. Wait, that's actually so Giga Chat.
Basically, my first song is "Guide You Home." I like the song, but I don't think I did a good job with the vocals, and I also recorded it on a Blue Yeti. So, like, yeah.
Dude, that was my first mic in like high school.
Right, yeah, exactly. So it's like not, it's always has like a fond place in my heart. I'd love to re-record it one day.
Remastered version.
Exactly,
featuring Lenny the Shark in the
featuring Lenny the Shark and Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. When you were choosing when you were I guess creating Guide You Home, what was kind of the inspiration behind your songs and your lyrics for that?
I wanted an idol song that was like ocean sounding but still really upbeat, and that was pretty much it. And then as soon as I got the instrumentals, I was like, I'm just gonna write something. And I had not ever written lyrics before. I think it's a little obvious. I had not ever written lyrics before, and I hadn't practiced ever. And so I just kind of wrote, I had a concept for the song about coming back home to the ocean as like being, you know, it kind of works with my lore. Eventually, like one day I'm going to have to go back and be the queen of the ocean. But, you know, for now, I'm going to go out and enjoy the world, and then it'll be waiting for me when I come home. So that was the inspiration behind Guide You Home.
Yeah. And in the future, do you potentially have future songs or projects or covers you might be doing?
Hey, she just dropped a new original.
I did just drop a new original.
Ooh.
On Friday. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna be reacting to it later on.
Oh God.
Yo, bet. I have my light sticks ready, so I'm ready.
Oh, I don't. It is kind of light stick, but it's slow light stick.
I'll take.
Oh, that's valid.
I'll take it.
I have some covers being worked on right now too.
Hey, yo. Okay.
Very excited for that. Yes.
Covers are pretty expensive, right? Oh, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, covers are expensive, but they're not as expensive as original songs. So that's why like you see so many covers, is just because like most of the time the instrumentals already exist, and so you don't have to like get a producer and like a composer and all that stuff, which is nice. I have a couple covers coming out that I can actually say because my chat voted on them. But I have a TV-sized Creep by Radiohead cover coming out, and a full-length Welcome to the Black Parade cover. And so I'm really excited. Like, my chat kind of went crazy with those picks. And I
Good taste. Good job, chat.
Yeah. Good job, Beaches.
So we talked about your debut, your music. I think it's only appropriate we see you in your natural environment. So we're gonna be reacting to some Mako clips.
God. Oh no. Yes.
So first clip we're gonna be reacting to is called "Damn, Chill Mako Chill."
God. I'm pretty sure I'm cooler than you. Yeah, you probably are.
Mhm.
You're probably really cool. That's why you watch VTubers.
Yeah.
All right.
Rose is roasting the entire viewer base right now.
I will not pull a punch.
So that. Do you have any commentary on that, Mako?
No, I stand by it.
All right, Giga Chat. Second clip, titled "Wanna See a Magic Trick?" Nom.
Oh.
This is what's gonna happen to you, chat. You guys want to see a magic trick?
Okay. Bro, just ate paper?
Yeah. It's like nutritious or something.
I'm sorry. That felt way too natural. Was that something you do usually? No
Mako?
Next question.
Bro's like, I plead the fifth. Like,
hey, I gotta cover for these song covers somehow. I gotta pay for these song originals somehow.
Yeah, it's like, you know, week 1, sushi, ramen, steak. Week 2, ice soup and paper.
Gucci is just like, what is going on? All right, clip number 3. Mako caught simping.
I hate this clip. Oh, no.
Hey, everyone sims for Asterion. It's okay.
For real. Hopefully me. If he's gonna turn someone inside out, it's gonna be me. Just kidding. Gucci, come back.
Gucci left chat.
Asking for a friend. Can Asterion whip out the
Damn,
knife
bro, I had to
later in the game, or was that just like a one
Gucci, you're missing the best part. It's still going.
Just out of like curiosity, just because I was just wondering. Does he do that? 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 Does he? I mean, that would be weird. Like, I would.
One eternity later.
Okay, to completely switch it up, we're gonna be reacting to a quick minute of Mako's original.
Yeah, I got my palette, bro. I
We're getting a whiplash. We're
Dude,
going
you're
to
gonna
the.
get whiplash because this is completely different from that clip.
It's the Gap Moe.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Afraid of love, afraid of growing older, afraid of what the future holds. And still I look for peace of mind, and I know I'll get it right. Let me breathe for now, and I'll find a place for us to hide. You always said it's all in my head, but if you weren't dead, maybe I'd believe the words you said. So I let go. My heart is taking me somewhere I don't know. I'll be home soon, no, changing instead of staying here. All of this change in my head. Can I really do it?
So that was a snippet of Mako's first original under Prism, When I Let Go.
Yeah, so Sleeping Forest did the production. He basically composed the song. I had like a vibe that I was going for. I had like an energy that I really wanted. And then obviously like I wrote the lyrics. So we worked together for the song portion of the song. The illustrations are done by Threeson on Twitter, and they slayed. They did such a good job. I love the outfit. It's so comfy and cozy, and it just makes me emotional. I don't know. And then the vocal tuning is by Thunder Scott, who made me sound really, really beautiful, and it was like the timing is just so perfect, and I don't know how they did that. Magic. And then the video is by Hars from Kulikomis. And I was a little picky with the video, so I felt kind of annoying, but I think it was worth it in the end because it looks great. So yeah. I'm so happy with the whole thing.
And also props to you as well. We stand a talented queen. We stand a talented queen. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really proud of the lyrics. I cried over them. I spent a lot of time on them. I did a lot of soul searching and like insight, introspection, excuse me. And eventually I came up with something I was proud of. So
What's your creative process? Like, do you like go into the mountains to like meditate, or is it just like every day like you're writing?
It's more like when I'm feeling really moved in the moment, I go and I turn on the song and I sit down and I think a lot of it is like I come up with phrases and then I try to adjust them and change them so that it fits into the song, and then like go back and revise. But I also write down some words that I really want to use in the song that I'm feeling in that moment. So like I knew when I was listening to the song for the first time in the car, that pre-chorus is like of like, the rhyme, like it's all in my head, but if you weren't dead, then maybe I'd believe the words you said. Like that came to me like while I was driving, and I was like, this is like something I want to incorporate in my song. I knew the song was going to be about change as soon as I heard it, so I knew I had to use change in there somewhere. And from there I just sort of built on that.
Bars on bars on bars.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm Slim Shady.
Eminem was quiet ever since she dropped that.
True though.
It's true.
Yo, where's that?
Where has he been?
Where we at? We got Mako in the house now.
And like some of the
Real.
breaking down some of the symbolism. What does the sunflower represent in the music video?
The sunflower always turns towards the light,
Mm.
which I thought really fitted the song. I don't know why I said fit the song. It really fit the song vibes. They grow tall, they're beautiful, they're bright, and they always face the sun. So that was really it. But I think it looked great in the video.
It's a very
Still
beautiful song.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna add it to my
Appreciate it.
sad boy rotation, sad boy hour
My-
rotation.
Let's go.
My
I
pre-workout,
love invoking
like
sad
just
boy.
Free
listening to-
workout.
Pre-workout.
Yeah, like you sit there on the bench like this, and then for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you're
and
like,
then
what
you
is
get up.
life?
What is life? You know, you got to charge up. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta charge up. I agree.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you like it. Thank
yeah,
you.
no, it's a beautiful song. I listen to it like every day. I'm like responsible for 100 of the
Stop.
plays.
Whoo!
Thank you. That's so sweet.
So going to the last segment of this interview, we're calling it the advice corner for the various
Advice
VTubers
corner.
interested in VTubing. So our first question is, how do you deal with burnout?
Oh God. Good question. I don't know how I deal with burnout because truthfully, like when I burn out pretty hard and I just kind of I don't know. Here, let me rephrase this. When I was in indie, I had a lot of burnout. And in this case, this is the reason why I would recommend people like me trying to go corpo just to see how it is because when I joined PRISM, my burnout went away.
Oh.
And so this doesn't mean you have to join a company, but what it means is that you need to shift gears and change something about your content, not for other people, but for you specifically. So like, I was not making schedules anymore. I was not being creative with my streams. I was not reaching out to new people and networking to collaborate. I was just playing League every single day with the same people.
That's your first mistake.
And I know. And eventually I needed something new. Now I make schedules every week, which holds me accountable. But I am able to say, you know, oh my gosh, like I really don't think I can stream today. So I know we had something planned, but can we move it? You know what I mean? Like I still have wiggle room, but at least I have a schedule to keep things structured. And then I'm working with such fantastic other content creators that are pushing me to be the best content creator I can be, like the best version of myself. It's like friendly competition almost, but except I love all of them and I want to give all those girls smooches. And I think that really helped a lot. So just try to do something different and change and really push through it, even if like, you know, if you need a break, that's fine, but you need to actively do something to change your content. You can't just like sit there and hope that it'll change.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's very insightful.
Yeah. Definitely, I do see a lot of VTubers out there that have burnout, and I think part of the reason they have burnout as well is there's something called imposter syndrome, and it really it's such a sometimes yourself you're like your own harshest critic, right? And then when you want to like do something, you're like, oh, is this even gonna be successful? Do I really want to do this? Like who's going to watch me? That type of stuff. Everyone has their own demons as a content creator. And
yes, they do.
It honestly, like maybe this is me giving out advice to everyone out there that's watching this, but honestly, fuck it, just do it, bro. Just do it.
Just do
Just
it.
do
Do
it.
it for yourself. Yes.
Do it for the plot.
I agree.
That's what the kids are saying nowadays. Do it for the plot.
Yes, do it for the plot.
I don't know
That's
what
a
that
good
means.
one.
Do it for the plot.
Do it for the plot. It's like do it for the character growth. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey,
there's
I
definitely-
oh, sorry, go ahead, Gucci.
Oh no, you.
Yeah, I should have asked this in the beginning of your interview, but like, what's like motivating you with your content creation journey? Like, is it like your fans? Is it yourself?
It's a lot of people. This is like one of the most supported times that I've ever experienced right now, which is great, and I'm so glad that I was able to do this podcast like while I feel this way. But I am inspired by my roommate Moofie, who is also a VTuber. We met through VTubing, and she is like my rock who keeps me from going like neurotic, and like I love running my ideas through her and getting like her opinions on stuff because she's so real and so like true to herself. So I feel supported by her always. And then my family, my sister and my mom were all really close. And my mom is like my biggest supporter. I remember like when I hit partner on Twitch, she bought me a cake and balloons.
Aww. Wow.
And like I
That's
know.
wholesome.
And when I got into PRISM, she told everybody that I got hired by Sony.
Hey,
Like my whole family.
hey,
Dude,
that's
I
a
that's-
know,
flex.
because
That's
she
a
didn't want
flex.
to like tell them.
Dude, she's baked.
Right, I know. So yeah, she's the best. And she took me out to dinner and was so proud of me, and like, and more specifically, like with the song that I just released, after I sent it to her, she called me crying, and she was like, she knew like instantly what the song was about, and she talked to me about it, and she was just crying. She was like, it's so beautiful. And I haven't seen her cry a lot. I've seen her cry a decent amount, but it's almost always because she's proud of me and my sister for doing something. So I'm like getting emotional just thinking about I love my mom.
Dude, you're making me cry too, man. I'm about to call my mom after this interview.
Yeah, go call your mom, guys. But yeah, and then having the other PRISM agents supporting me too is just the most uplifting feeling ever, and I love them very much. They're
Yeah,
great people, and they're so supportive, and yeah,
The support groups coming in clutch right now. Oh my goodness.
they are coming in
Community
clutch.
is everything.
Highly recommend everyone supporting them or
Yeah.
getting a support group.
Do you recommend people telling their parents that they are VTubers? Like, how did you have that conversation with like your mom?
Yeah,
It's like, hey,
does your
Mom,
parents understand what
I'm
VTubers
a
are?
I'm a anime.
Well-
Lenny the Shark is my cousin. Like, how did that
I'm
go?
quarter shark.
I'm quarter shark.
Well, originally, I told them because I was pretty young. Like I lived with my mom up until this past summer, and I'm a pretty young guy. I'm just a little guy. And so like I kind of had to tell them because I was streaming under their roof and I was being really loud.
Okay.
And also I was like making money, and my dad was like, "What are you doing for that money?" So I had to like, I was like, listen. But yeah, now that it's just like me and my mom and my sister, my mom is very like, she doesn't watch my stream, she doesn't follow me because I told her not to. But I remember when I did my FNAF stream, I did send her the link because I wanted her to watch it. And so she was sitting upstairs in her bed, like watching me on her phone while I was streaming downstairs. And she's very, she knows everything. She knows about everybody. She knows about this podcast.
Oh, okay.
She knows about my mom's gonna want to see it.
When is your mom debuting?
What's your mom?
When is my mom debuting? She would slay. She's so cute. And she's just such a chatty girl, so that's where I get it from, because I'm a yapper. And she knows about everything going on in my life.
Hell yeah! Shout out to the mom. Shout out to the mom.
Shout out Momco. You're a real one. Thanks for giving birth to me.
Yeah.
What is the best VTuber advice someone gave you?
That VTubing doesn't have to be a specific way. Because I think one of the most freeing feelings I've ever had was after I told myself, and really told myself, that VTubing is just another form of streaming.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever the hell you want to. I mean, within
Yeah.
reason. But it's like there is no rules saying you have to do or be a certain way or a certain
Yeah.
person. And you can stream with your face cam and your model. You can stream with just a model. You can post selfies, or if you don't want to, that's totally fine. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, it was really satisfying for me to look at my content as like more of a content creator and not just as like a VTuber. And it really opened up like a world of other possibilities that I think I would have boxed myself into had I thought otherwise.
Yeah, VTubing definitely now has become more of a medium than the genre. Like, do you remember 2020? Because it came out of like Japanese idol culture and stuff. And if you ever posted a picture of yourself as a VTuber back then, you're like, oh no, oh I gotta unfollow. I can't. Oh, you're human. Oh, skin.
Yes, I remember.
My goodness.
And that was when the conversation started, I think, and I'm happier now, like, knowing that. I think it helped me because I've always been the kind where it's like I want to keep things very private. Like, I post like IRL pics sometimes. Like, I did hand cams, and like I post a lot of pictures of my shoes.
You did mukbangs of eating paper.
What?
Mukbang.
Oh yeah, and mukbang of eating paper. Yeah. But I've always been like, I like my privacy, and I like kind of keeping the illusion, but I also like that I can be myself. I love that I can be myself. It's made me a lot more confident with who I am as a person.
I think VTubing, kind of how I explain it to people now, is that VTubing kind of allows you to be the best version of yourself, or be who you want to kind of pursue being, and you're not restricted by only like your own physical form. You can be creative with your model, you can be creative with your lore, you can just be yourself unapologetically. I love that.
It's ultimate chuny.
You're kind of right. You're kind of cooking.
It is ultimate chuny, like, galore. You know what I mean? Like, being whoever you want to be and getting cute illustrations. I love getting cute illustrations of Mako, like, in a bunch of different outfits, and like, I don't know. It just makes me happy. I can be anybody.
What made you choose to be a shark, by the way? Out of anything?
Honestly, I made a username. I couldn't come up with anything for my Twitter, for my VTubing account. So I was like, shark.
Shark.
And then I was like, now I have to be a shark.
Yeah, that's...
But I like sharks. They scare me, but I like them. My favorite is the hammerhead.
Oh, the hammer! I love.
I think you talked about that on your debut. You thought about doing a hammerhead, but you're like, how does the rigging work?
I don't know where the eyes would go. So
that would be crazy.
I went with a Mako because I like Makos, and they're the fastest shark in the ocean, and they have the biggest brain to body ratio of all sharks.
Shark fact.
And also they're cool. Shark fact. They also give live birth.
Interesting.
Not that it matters.
Going back to the advice thing. What is the worst advice someone gave you?
Good question. Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe that scab is a good idea. Scab is such a bad idea for my wallet and my mental health. I spend so much money on... I have spent and have had so much money. And the worst is that you'll put in a commission for scab,
and you
it'll
forget
be like,
about
due date is in... Well, no, they'll be like, your due date is in 3 months. And 3 months go by, and they're like, your order was canceled because the artist gave up. Those are the exact words. It's like
dude, that's a breakup message right there.
Yeah,
I know.
That hurts more than
It's
the rejection,
horrible.
bro. And
it does.
Scab's also like a gamble because you can't communicate with the artist exactly what you want. So sometimes it just comes out and it's like, you're like, what is this? Doesn't even look like my model, bro. What is this?
Do you remember the Hazumi scab that blew up, where it was like not her at all? It was like someone completely different.
Bro didn't even look at the reference. Bro read the
couldn't
text.
Open the reference
and just winged it.
Yes.
Oh my
Doesn't she
goodness.
speak Japanese too?
I don't know. She's like fluent.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I know she speaks, but
If she doesn't speak, she 100% had someone help her with the translation and stuff. Cause like, there's no way the
yeah.
artist just like disrespected her like that, bro. That's
Well,
crazy.
it translates for you.
Yeah.
So you just type it in and then translates for you. But I think the problem was they couldn't open up the reference. Like they couldn't open up the Google or whatever, the drive. So they just like guessed.
Bro,
and she was like,
bro,
"This is
Googled
not
like
me." Yeah, I don't know.
oh my, that man. Anyways, yeah, Skep's a gamble, hurts her wallet a little bit, but hey, life is short.
Yeah, you gotta build your brand, build your empire.
Build your empire. You know,
Mhm.
maybe you might get like a god pull, and it's like the best art you've ever seen for like $30. Okay, you know.
Exactly. I've had those before.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yes.
Oh.
All right, Mako, highest point of your VTuber career. Oh wait, let me switch it up. Lowest point of your VTuber career, and then we'll do highest point.
My lowest point was November 2020 because that was when I went through my real shit. That was when I went through some character development in real life, which is what my song is about. But I would say the high point was coming up from that and my whole community being there for me. And I talk about that all the time. But yeah, I love my community so much. They've done so much for me, and that's my high point, is getting to come back to like everybody welcoming me and supporting me. But also my PRISM debut, and actually this is so random, but I did a 12-day of Christmas donathon in December, and that was like the most fun I've ever had streaming. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely a lot has happened for you these past 4 years.
Yeah.
But you know, we look back where we at now, baby, at the top.
We're at
Proud
the
of you.
top, baby.
Proud of you.
Mama, we made it.
Thank you, Gucci.
But yeah.
We made it. Yeah.
We
Thank you
made it.
both. Yeah.
All right, final question. What is your dream VTuber collaboration?
Oh, I'm kind of a Narissa simp from life. I like Narissa and Kiara a lot. They're like my Oshis. And
Wait,
so
did
they're
you
both
see like the
birds.
Narissa family stuff, like the clips?
Yes. Yeah, I love
Legendary.
her. I love both of them. And yeah, and I love Ollie too. Those three are, but also I think I've had a couple dream VTuber collabs.
Oh.
I did a very, very wonderful Emoklore, which is like a TRPG with EO. Rest in peace, EO.
Rest in peace.
But she hosted that, and it was just fantastic. It was like one of my favorite collabs of all time. So I'm very lucky to have had really good, fun experiences like that.
So Mako, we talked about the highs, lows, many great nuggets that you dropped during this interview. Do you have any last words for the OshiPod audience?
Go watch all the other OshiPod episodes. Support both of these wonderful, wonderful hosts. Thank you guys so much, and
Check
also,
out her original.
check out my original, and also go give love to sharks, because sharks are hated on for no reason, and they're
Love
very
sharks.
cute, so.
Eat paper.
Eat paper. That's another good one. Eat paper. Period.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Mako. This has been OshiPod episode 4.
You.
Peace out,
Thank
everyone.
you so much. Bye.